Wow, I look like a whole Two-Face right now. Dang, that sun is bright. What's up? Alright, so it has been a while since you've seen my face, hence all this and this. Usually there's nothing here. We are also, What's up? That's not how I talk. Alright, here we go. So, welcome back to the channel. Today I am actually doing a comparison video with some color pencils. Prang between these and the infamous Prismacolor. So, the comparison I decided to do is everyone's love. Wow, I cannot talk. God dang. Can't use any of this. We are doing a comparison video. I really need to stop looking at the camera. Dang. Okay. Let's just get to the video. So here we have them. Alright, so the drawing we're going to be doing is going to be Rick from Rick and Morty. Shout out to my cousin. What's up, Anthony? I know this one's for you. Thank you for the recommendation. This is what it looks like opening it up. These are the 48 here. And this is just a 36 pack. Kind of like that. So we got these for Prang. They come pre-sharpened already, so that's pretty cool. The font's really nice. Look at that. Prang. We got one more for the saliva, I guess. Prang. And now we're getting the ones for Prisma. I'm trying to keep it as fair as possible, so that way it's not going to be misrepresented. Alright, so I didn't want to spend too much time on the drawing because the drawing is not the point of the video. The point of the video is to compare the two color pencils, Prang and Prismacolor. So I decided to just speed it up real quick and sketch it out, and then after that I drew the outline. I did it with Sharpie and everything like that. But anyways, going on from the video from here, zoom in a little bit and bada bing bada boom. Perfect. Okay. So on the left side we start off with Prang, and I will say I used this color pencil on maybe one or two small pieces in the past. It wasn't bad as far as color pencils go, but as I started working on this one, I kept going and I kept going, and as I kept going, I was just like, okay, you know what? Fine, we'll make it work. I decided to just cross shade. I just kept going and I kept going. And the hair came out pretty decent. If you look at it, there's like multiple cross references, different patterns, different shading. I was just trying to get this color pencil to work. So then, instead of me just going on and layering down, I just went for the second one, which I used a second color as a highlight. I was like, alright, cool, you know, I can make this work, I can make it work. And I wanted to add a little bit more tone to it because the reference picture was just, you know, made on the computer with the colors being pretty bland. So I decided to add a few tones to it. Now this is just my personal take on it. So then I went to the actual skin tone of it, and I did like a tan, then I did a yellow, and then I did a little bit of peach. That way there's a little bit of, I don't know what you want to call it, there's just a little bit of complexion, if you will. There's a complex complexion. There you go. I can't say that 3 times fast. But anyways, I decided to do the teeth, and going off white paper, there was a little bit of yellow to it, but not too much. The mouth wasn't too bad, and as I'm working with these color pencils a little bit more, I realized that the colors did not want to do anything, and I started shading, and then when I realized that the paper itself couldn't handle it, especially around the tongue, I had to be very careful with it. So I just kind of, you know, I just kind of did it because I was like, you know what, fine, we'll do it. And in the end, it turned out pretty okay. Now this is just the first half, this is just with Prang, so we're gonna go over to the Prismacolor, and I'm gonna let the music play out just a little bit. That way, you know, you don't listen to hear me ramble on and on for the next 8 minutes. So, I will see y'all in a bit. Alright, so I'm back, and just looking at like this was pretty solid until I started blending, and then that's when I came to the realization that it's probably the paper that is not giving either one of these color pencils justice. Because if you look, I'm trying to make the complexion of the skin look good, I'm trying to get his eyebrow blend, but at the very bottom you can see some of the paper starting to give way, and even right here around the corner of his scalp, it just wasn't going very well. So I tried my best to blend it as much as I could, but it just wasn't working. So unanimously, I'm probably going to end up doing all this again. But Prismacolor did hold up to its Prismacolor standard, me being kind of biased since I've done this before, and I'll say it again later on in the video. But look at the mouth, like the tongue came out decently, but it's a smaller area. But around like the edge of his mouth, you can kind of see the paper was kind of fraying a little bit just from me blending with the blender. Alright, well, there you have it. I will say how do you say his name again? Prang. I was about to say Pringo. Prang. Prang versus Prismacolor, there were stark differences. I did it on the test piece of paper, and the colors at first looked pretty decent, like they were pretty vibrant, and as I started working on the side for Prang, it actually hurt. My entire arm, my elbow especially, was hurting. I had to put so much force to get the color to come out, and by the time I did all that, I wasn't feeling it. Maybe it's the paper, maybe I'll redo this comparison, but the colors themselves just weren't very vibrant. They just kind of sat there, and then whenever I did get to the blending aspect of it, it just didn't go. It was just like putting two pieces of paper together and hopefully they would turn to a bigger sheet of paper. That didn't happen. So then I hopped over to Prismacolor, and I might be slightly biased and one-sided on that one. I have used Prismacolors in the past and I do that for my art now. That one worked like Prismacolor, but I will say that using the colors that I had from Prang to Prismacolor, it did okay. It did, as you can see, decent. I will more than likely do this again on a different piece of paper because as I was blending, even the Prismacolor seemed kind of rough. So that's it for me, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If there's anything that you wanted me to do in particular, if there's any certain character, or if there's any comparison you want me to, I'm up for it. So peace, love, and hot sauce. As always, thanks for watching. I will catch ya in the next video. Goodbye.